This is Willie, aka William, and this is a trick I use to get some creative stuff going. You can use this in any way. I don't want to get into the philosophy of using this style, but you can do anything with it. If you have Ableton, this is a great way to just get some thoughts flowing. For this instance, I'm going to be using Reason 5 and Ableton 8 for any particular reason at all. Just that's what's on this machine. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that Ableton is allowing Reason to be rewired into it. You can see here it says Rewire Slave Mode. Audio on the channel 1, audio is from Reason, and it's going to be the mix 1 and 2 out. So in Reason, I'm going to, just for lack of a better instrument, I'm going to use the Dr. Octo Rex Loop Player, and I didn't really mean that because you could use the Korg Drum Designer. You could use anything using this trick. This trick is very simple, possible way to do it. So I've got the native drums that are in there. I'm going to arm my channel 1, make sure that it's named, and I'm going to hit record here and start recording drums in. Now this is where the trick comes in. You want to open up your synthesizer part, and you want to start changing the parameters inside of here, or you can change the actual things up here. And I've got another clip going already at this point. So you can change all these and get all your clips in, and they're just audio now for Ableton. And you're wondering why I do this. Well, it's because I can take this one pattern here, and I can have different instances that I can jump back through with Ableton. Now I have this as audio. Different amounts of like the sustain. Just going to change things. I can sync it, change the actual way that the filter is going to be working. Maybe even change the modulation, and have all of these just as different clips inside Ableton. Well, you're saying, well, okay, but here's the trick. So you just duplicate this now. I'm ready to record more stuff. I can record that same drum if I'd like, or I can go in and just very quickly go into the bank here and pick something else. Let's see, let's do an Octorex patch. Sorry, not patch. I'm going to do instrument loops, and we're going to hip hop. And let's find, what's this? Sounds perfect. My channel is already armed. Let's make sure we rename it so we don't confuse ourselves later. Because when I do this, sometimes I'll have like anywhere between 12 to 14 different channels of all these different Rex files going on. So I like to make sure that they're all named so I can jump to the ones quickly. Another plus behind this is that they're already rewired, so they're already going to be in tempo. You can take things from all over the place and just put them in here. It's a really simple way to audition a lot of stuff. So let's just take it and continue on and record. Sync this up a little bit here. So we have a couple of those. I didn't get a good variation on those. I was trying to make sure that the clips were right lengths. Let's make sure that these are all at 3. That's a big thing. Make sure that your clips are all at the same place. The other thing to do is now that I've got my drums, and if you don't want to make sure you don't have any conflicting things going on, send yourself any weird feedback. Make sure you put no input. I'll show you why. And why didn't that save the name? Alright, let's try that again. We'll leave that there. We'll just duplicate it. We'll change the name now. We'll say that's Blip. And then we'll just rename all these. You can do that simply. Grab all 5 clips, highlight them all, and then just change the name down here. And that should just change everything to blend. Same thing, whatever. So, once again, we're going to go back to the first channel where we have all of our settings for recording, which they should have still stayed. And rename this, and we're going to go with, let's say, something else. Let's say bass. We can find a bass. Go back over here, and let's try something else. Let's try. So let's see what that sounds like. I like that. Okay, so there we go. Let's just record that. Okay, and one more time. Once again, we're going to take this. We're going to duplicate it. Get rid of all this information. We didn't get our bass really, but I think what I'm going to do is cheat a little bit and bring these down, like say half a step. Just, who knows what this is going to sound like. It's just really trying to get an idea thought out to you guys. So, and let's look for just one more sound. Let's go find another drum. Let's get a matching drum for our. We'll go back into the patches, and we'll go into percussions, and let's do congas. Okay, let's just record. Alright, like those. Like those. Okay, so I think there's a couple near the end that might have been okay. And that's it. We're going to turn off our input. We don't need this anymore. If you want to shut down Reason, you can, because we're not going to use it anymore. If we want to pull it back up, we can. We don't need to save any of this because we were just auditioning sounds. We have all the sounds that we want right there. Boom. There's another reason for that. Like, you know, if you can hear my computer, she's very wheezy right now. So I just, you know, right now I'm saving some CPU. If you look over here, I'm down at 1%. When I had Reason open, and if I would have used some other instruments, obviously it would have jumped up. But we can just... So... make sure, once again, that these are all... Bring the piano back on. So, you know, we have a little bit of something there. And you have all these different variations automatically to play with. You don't just have that one basic loop where you're like, you have your groove and you're like, oh wow, this is good, and then you have to expand on that. You have, in Ableton speak, you have like 4 different grooves in my opinion, or like if you were to use, not Ableton speak, my speak for Ableton, but you have 4 different scenes of beats here already that you can jump around with and just see how they're going to play around with each other. And like I said, you can use this with anything else. It's just that Ableton makes it a great way to sit there and just audition clips. It works great with live musicians as well. That's actually kind of where I picked it up, working with, like, you know, when I was playing guitar and playing, you know, actual audio synthesizers that didn't have, like, you know, syncability into the computer, and, you know, sit there and punch in a bunch of different times. It's a great day and age. For musicians. We'll see if Bitwig ever comes out, but Ableton right now is great for this type of audio mangling. Other software developers are probably trying to latch onto it. It seems like Native Instruments with the Tractor software, and with say like some of the contact players in some of the instruments in there are getting into, like, you know, doing really good sound mangling, but nothing like Ableton in my opinion. Anyway, I've rattled on enough. Enjoy, make music, have great days, live life, and love it.